What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to be taking a look over here at the Bitcoin price chart, but we're primarily going to be focusing over here on the altcoin market to have a discussion about what's going on in the market in general. It is Halloween, and it's the afternoon as I release this, so I'll make this video pretty quick, but I think it kind of summarizes just where we're at right now. If you've caught markets in the morning or if you've caught past videos, you know that the total market cap of crypto is butting up against the resistance that it's been stuck underneath for the last year and a half. We potentially be over here at our preliminary support in Wyckoff accumulation. It's common to get stuck here and to have to build a sign of strength and work this zone out for quite some time before we can eventually break out. That also has confluence with what we've been tracking over here with Bitcoin, that in this type of circumstance, what we've seen before is spending quite a bit of time in here. A similar amount of time in here compared to what we're doing right now would be, several weeks to a month until that could get the energy to break out of there. Today, obviously, there's excitement because the price of XRP popped up right on. We've tracked this. It has been stuck underneath this range right here for a year and a half as well. It did get a breakout here when XRP was declared not to be a security by the court system and then relisted on every exchange. The entire market liquidated. It goes back down below the support, breaks out again, back tests it. Every daily candle close gets held here on this back test. I mean, even just within a hairline, it's able to hold it. And now price has pushed up even higher right now. It's exciting to see price action move like that. But one thing I do know about XRP is that when it does move, these are the types of moves you really get. Or these types of moves that you get, when it's actually in real breakout. The big bull runs from 2017, they're like that too. They're usually not going to be creeping along where you're going to usually get the big break. And usually the thing we have to see, at least in every single big move there for XRP, is the rest of the market. So definitely, it's nice to see that move up, especially if we close here today, because then we will have closed on top of every one of these, even these wicks over here, without needing news to do it. It's the thing that we've talked about a lot, the driving factor of Bitcoin and the market and the excitement coming to the market, liquidity entering the market. Like I talked over here in Markets in the Morning, talking about USDT is finally climbing, right? We saw it really fall off during the capitulation of the market. There's only one other time we've seen USDT fall like that. It was during the capitulation of the market back in 2018. Otherwise, throughout all of its history, that doesn't happen for Tether. It only happens in those capitulation phases of the market where there's a flock to escape. But here in these last 2 weeks, we've seen Tether start to rise back up. So these are positive signs for XRP, but I do think it's still waiting on one thing, and it's the whole market to go. So it's exciting to see it get on the move a little bit and get a little bit higher. But I also think we are still waiting for something significant to happen. And if you've noticed on the right side of the screen, the market is mixed today. You've got red, you've got green. I think we're going to see that type of environment transpire so long as Bitcoin is still grinding throughout here. I've brought this up on, what it looked like with Bitcoin back in this phase down in here. That's what I have over here on this chart. And you guys have undoubtedly seen the videos over the past week discussing this, the divergence that happened in the market during this time period. And it feels like we're just kind of seeing that right now. We see kind of Bitcoin go up, altcoins pull back. Yesterday, we saw altcoins go up. Today, we see XRP go up. Then we see a lot of the altcoins pull back. And I think it's just kind of the market really trying to work its way out to be able to get a breakout in here for the whole market. So we're just kind of seeing money kind of flow back and forth. It's excited. It wants to do something. It just hasn't gotten that break to happen yet. I'm personally excited just of where we are at within the market. If you guys can reflect back on, February of earlier this year, I talked a lot about a cruel summer. And that even over here in others, this is a very clearly defined crashing structure that has been completed. For those who have taken bcbacker.com and watched the crashing structure videos or seen how many times I've done this here on the channel with crashing, we have every element of it happening in here to get our bottom and already be done with the seventh wave in here. But as we were getting ready to go into cruel summer, I said it time and time again in A, B, C. Because it's what we usually always see. Even for XRP back here in 2020, that's what we did end up having with our crashing structure, is that we end up seeing an ABC emerge right here until eventually it can get its breakout to happen. And another quick example is the final wave over here for Bitcoin when it was crashing in 2018 and set its bottom in here. Eventually, we see an ABC, then we can shuffle our way back up to the top. Notice in this example, it took it a minute to be able to get through here, but many times it does not. And so what we've seen happen over here with the others category, which is the altcoin market excluding the top 10, it's done its whole ABC. It's worked its way back up to get its sign of strength. And it's been really leading in this last week, continuing to climb. And I'm sure you've noticed that over there with a lot of these altcoins popping up over the past week, especially things like Solana, Chainlink, and kind of like every day you have a couple of them that are like the bigger movers of the day. But then we see them pull back as the total market cap continues to struggle right at the resistance level. And while I do think we're eventually going to get out, and like it's great to see this happening in here, I always try to keep like my expectations in check. And I do think we're going to just be sitting here kind of waiting for something significant to happen in the market to get it to actually escape, have escape velocity in the market. And that's when like the real showstopper event will start to happen. And so it's exciting to see XRP move up. It's exciting to see a lot of these assets move up. But, buzzkill backer coming on here and saying, still, I exercise caution because I think to myself, we're trying to break through a major resistance in the total market cap of crypto. We're trying to go for the full-fledged breakout of the range and have the accumulation schematic be gone. And so if this thing struggles here, because right now, what did it do today? It completely reclaimed the entire liquidation event from August. That's how high we got today. That I do suspect for like any type of sustained price action or meaningful big moves to happen, we're going to be waiting on this guy. And that's okay because it's set up phenomenally. But I had a lot of people in Markets in the Morning being like, hey, make an XRP video today. And it's kind of like, well, I'm just going to be repeating myself. But I mean, if you want to have something to celebrate today on Halloween when it comes to XRP, hey, if it closes the day above 58.5 cents, that's the first time it's organically closed above every wick of the range that we had from May of 2022 until July of 2023. This was news driven, obviously, right? And unsustainable. This is now organic price growth, and that's something to celebrate. We definitely back tested the daily candle closes on the daily time frame, confirmed it as support, and then went on to go higher. That's trending behavior. But I still think the big event we're waiting for something sustainable to come in here and for liquidity to pour into it is going to be this puppy breaking out in here. And I think we could see a lot of tricks up the sleeves of the market. I think we could see things go this way and that way, watching machining back and forth as it's trying to get through. So exciting time for sure for XRP, but I still think there's a little bit of a waiting game that has to happen in here until things get really, really wild. But we're definitely well beyond the cruel summer that we talked about in the beginning of February. ABC is long gone. And here in just the last 48 hours, we even had the others market cap set a new high here in 2023. So we set prices we haven't seen September of 2022. Others market cap highest in over a year. Very clear crashing structure. Of course, this goes all the way back over here to the 2018 high to find support. And I think it'll just be kind of a sudden thing where really everything gets going all at once, including this guy. But it's definitely showing turnaround, right? So what did we have in here? It's kind of what we talked about for months on end. If you're catching Markets in the Morning every day, we had this thing up. We had 3 separate charts, right? Just kind of showing what a completed crash looks like and that we had already done it. But we were in like the accumulation schematic of all of it. Then you can see it all, right? You got every phase of Wyckoff in here, right? You have the selling climax, the automatic rally, secondary test in phase B, and spring. And then sign of strength, and then escape. That's a Wyckoff accumulation schematic there, and it's now escaped. But I don't think any of us came here for a 2 or 4 cent rise in XRP. We're here for the big magic bull run, right? And I think we'll get it, but I think we're still waiting on the total market cap to give it to us. But I think we're really close. Sometimes can be a buzzkill, been like cooling the FOMO a little bit, but gives a little bit of an idea. And, at the bottoms, being a bull, at the peaks, being, cautious. And I'm not really worried about XRP at all. I think an exciting moment is coming, but just, kind of keep it in mind. there is a big washing machine happening in here right now, and this could persist for a little while, and it doesn't really mean anything. If you see anything kind of pulling back, I just don't think it really means anything at this point, that everything kind of gets going together. You see that that's just how the market reacts, including XRP. So if you want to kind of start foaming at the lips, I'd probably sit over here and be watching the total market cap and look for a full-blown breakout to like 1.3 trillion, which isn't very far, right? I mean, you only need a small percentage there, about a 3% rise in the market cap to get a full-blown breakout happening in here. And, just this past week, we've watched it rise, 20%. It's only 3% more. And, we've broken out. And that's the point where you'd see me really excited about this. I'm excited about structure. That's Wyckoff. That's done. That's a back test. That's a sign of strength. There's a higher high. All great. I just think when it all does happen, it'll probably be so dramatic. We'll know. So exciting time in the market for sure. I just think we'll see a whole lot more of this kind of stuff as we're in here until that breakout of the total market cap happens, and that's okay. That's just part of the exciting. That's just part of the exciting time. So okay, little update on XRP, update on the whole market, and the story is the same for all the altcoins, right? And what I'm saying about XRP, like if you have one altcoin that's like crushing it, or it looks like it's got some kind of breakout, I think we're just experiencing that dynamic happening in the market right now. So we'll check on it again tomorrow, and hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll shoot up higher. I think it's just going to be a lot of trickery still until we get out of here for the total market cap. But like if you're looking for something to say, hey, it's not going to take that long, we won't be in here as long as we have before, probably going to be a narrative, probably going to be a catalyst with it. And one of the reasons I wanted to put a video out today too is just because tomorrow it'll be busy. There won't be a video tomorrow, likely, because we'll be doing markets in the morning, and then there's going to be the FOMC meeting tomorrow where Jerome Powell is going to come out and talk, and they're going to do the interest rate decision and all that. And right now it's priced in at a 97% probability that the Fed's going to pause again. This is going to be their third pause in the last 4 meetings. There's even a 3% probability here that they're actually going to cut. The market usually goes with whatever like the consensus is. The consensus is a pause. But, what are they going to say, right? Are they going to say something surprising to the market tomorrow? And that's going to be the thing that shoots us out of here, right? And then that's going to be the thing where the liquidity is going to flood, and the market's going to decide, wait a minute, they're really done, right? Because they keep coming up here, they keep doing these pauses, but they're saying higher for longer. We may have to do something. Like, what if they come out and legitimately say, we're done? Third time to pause. There's always that chance. And like we typically see a lot of volatility in markets in the week of FOMC, like the day before, which was today. Not a lot of volatility. Even the stock market closed up today. The stock market was up today. It was up yesterday. But usually we're going to see a lot of volatility on FOMC day. So there's a chance for it. And then there's always, the day after FOMC day, we see a lot of volatility. And so here we are. We're getting ready for the third pause. Market's right at the level to get the breakout. If you want a narrative to hang your hat on, I guess we could get one tomorrow. I'm not going to predict anything because I don't know how to predict the Fed. I can pretty much say, hey, it's going to do whatever that says. And that tends to be right. And that says pause. But, the thing everybody will be searching for is what's the words that come out of Jerome Powell's mouth afterwards. And is that where we see something exciting? So we always live stream that. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the rate decision happens. We live stream that. You guys have probably seen that. And we watch Jerome Powell talk, and we watch the market. We watch Bitcoin, and we watch the Dow Jones Industrial Average live on like the 1 minute chart while he's speaking to see what happens with markets. So you can check that out and watch that tomorrow. And I think it's really just the last thing we're waiting on to see this market really get some movement happening in here is to get Bitcoin one more step up, get that total market cap through that resistance level, and it's party time. So maybe tomorrow. Otherwise, you'll get a full dose of me tomorrow here on YouTube. It'll be a total of like 3 hours worth of live streaming. And of course, it's Wednesday. So, all right, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Again, XRP, great to see it up. Altcoins, great to see those on the move too. I think the big thing we're all waiting for is that total market cap to get going. And typically there's some type of catalyst that comes along to make everybody FOMO at the same time. We'll see if we can get that. Bitcoin sits at $34,700 as we get ready to close out the month. This will be the monthly candle close today. Be a fantastic monthly close with an absolutely banger of a green candle here. Tomorrow we'll review everything kind of in markets in the morning. We'll take a look at monthly closes for a lot of the assets and rock and roll. Hopefully November brings us a whole lot of what we saw here in October, and hopefully it brings us that big break As I mentioned yesterday, I'd be getting a newsletter out. I did get this one released, Decoding Altcoin Performance, a deep dive into developer data. It's over 30 minutes long. I do record an audio recording with this. If you want to hear my silky smooth voice, read it to you. I do that. This one's over 30 minutes. It's my longest newsletter I've ever done. They're usually like 12 to 18 to 20 minutes long, 30 minutes. It's a doozy. It's a lot of data where we're going through like developer data from 2020 and comparing that of like the top 20 coins with the highest developer activity versus the top 20 coins by market cap, and then doing a case study to say who performed better and was there like a reasonable difference in there, and there absolutely is. And then later on, as we get through that, improve that, we go through and we look at, okay, well, what are the coins right now in the top 20 by market cap, and what are the top 20 coins right now by developer activity. So this has been pretty popular over here. You can check this out over here on blockchainbacker.substack.com. There is a link to bcbacker.com and a link to blockchainbacker.substack.com right here in the description of each of my videos. Otherwise, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. We have a couple of live streams. We'll have a good time doing it because it's Wednesday. But all right, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.